This case involved a very strange set of circumstances. Our client was visiting out of town, was staying at a hotel in downtown Minneapolis. He was exiting the hotel late into the evening to get into an Uber to go to a local establishment with some of his friends. And as he walked out, he noted that one of the valets at the hotel was in a shouting match with an Uber driver, and his friends were in the Uber. And our client intervened in an effort to try and calm the situation. And in the process of doing so, the valet driver kept getting more animated instead of less, and eventually got to the point where he rushed our client in an act of violence. And in fact, unbeknownst to our client, as he did so, pulled a pocket knife out from the inside of his breast pocket and stabbed our client multiple times. He went to the ground, didn't even realize he was stabbed, but thankfully his friends, including some who had military training in terms of being nurses in the military and whatnot, came to his aid and were able to stem the bleeding. He was taken to a nearby hospital, operated on, and saved, and was able to at least make a modest recovery and is still very much in recovery. That was a very difficult case insofar as responsibility for the incident was concerned. We made a claim against the hotel. We were discovered that the hotel had in fact contracted with this valet company, and so we've had a claim against the valet company as well. There was substantial dispute about whether or not the action of the valet was within the scope of the valet's employment, such that the employer could be held responsible. There was also argument about whether there was independent acts by the hotel or the valet company that were negligent, that could have caused the incident in terms of not having proper supervision, not having proper training, not having proper security personnel, not having enough folks on site to respond before the stabbing occurred, and all sorts of other very detailed issues. The case ended up being litigated. We ended up having to take, I think it was 15 to 16 depositions. There were many, many experts involved, many doctors, many doctors' bills. There was psychological treatment. There was all sorts of stuff that was going on. And eventually and thankfully, we were able to bring the matter to a conclusion after multiple mediations. And thankfully, our client is doing better today. The case took 2.5 years from the incident occurring to the case being closed. We unfortunately ran into some delays in that case because the court was backlogged and we were transferred from one judge to another, and then we had a lot of scheduling delays that were imposed by the court that were completely out of our control. So unfortunately, that delayed things to the point where it lingered on for 2 years, but that delay might have actually been beneficial insofar as it allowed us to do all of the investigation that we really needed to do to enhance the case.